Hey, what's up, guys? Books Nelson here, back with another video, and today we'll be talking about these new Invincible Team USA cards coming to my team as of tomorrow. So let's get right into the content, guys. I'm not going to waste too much of your time with this stuff. This is a terrible, terrible idea. As we discussed, a lot of the guards for Team USA are small. Most of the bigs in Team USA are just average size, ranging between your 6'8" to your 6'11" builds, which means that none of these cards are going to, not none of, most of these cards aren't going to improve your team. And to add insult to injury, apparently 2K has an issue with the rights to Kobe Bryant, as we predicted on this channel was very likely possibility. And so the arguably most, I would say the two most important Team USA members for this sort of collection are LeBron and Kobe, because not only are they the most popular, but they're also the best in the actual video game, right? You could also argue Tyson Chandler, funny enough, is also very, very good in the game. But without Kobe in the collections, this is basically LeBron and some decent power forwards is what most of this is going to come down to. So, and that's what we have, right? We've got some undersized guards here. I'm sorry I'm not enthusiastic about this, guys. I made a Wemby video. If you want to hear me enthusiastic, you can watch the Wemby video from earlier. If they drop something really cool later in the week, I'll be enthusiastic. But I try to keep it real on this channel. I don't want to blow smoke and fake hype one thing and, be doomer for clicks on another thing. I just try to call it how I see it. And, as a person who analyzes this game from a gameplay standpoint, just keeping it 100. And we'll go down each of these cards. Now, the one thing I would say is a caveat. If Alonzo or Amari or Michael Redd gets an improved release, that could change everything. Theoretically, Jason Kidd getting patty base would also change things. So I think Jason Kidd would be quite viable if he had patty base. I think Marbury's just a little too small, even if he did have patty base. And Emeka Okafor is already good. So going through each of these cards one by one, we'll go from the smallest to the tallest, basically. Stephon Marbury is not going to be great. He hasn't been very good this year, hasn't made a splash at all this year, and he'll probably continue that trend. I think of the small point guards, he's not going to crack the edges the way, say, a Ja would, because Ja, not only does he have just incredible animations, he also has a pretty good build for a small point guard. He's 6'2", but I think he has like a 6'7" wingspan or something like that. Steph Marbury, I don't remember his wingspan off the top of my head, but it's not as good as Ja's. Jason Kidd is going to be solid. Now, unfortunately for Jason Kidd, there have been a lot of free elite cards around the same size as Jason that compare very favorably to him, right? So you're talking about your Drew Holidays, your Derek Whites. They're right there in the playoff collections. Those cards are good cards. I'm sure he'll be a good card, but is he an exciting card when you can get two free cards that do his job as well or better? He needs a brand new jumper, and they have not been updating these animations. He doesn't need a new jumper to be effective. He needs a new jumper to be enticing. Emeka Okafor, can't say enough good things about the Dark Matter. And pretty much as elite as like a 6'10" power forward can be. And I expect the same with his Invincible card. He'll basically be that, but just with more. I think Emeka Okafor has been a very good card for most of the year, and he'll continue to be a very good card. Is he going to be significantly better than that Dark Matter? We have to wait and see. I don't expect that he will, because the gap between most of these Invincibles and their respective Dark Matters has been very, very small. Michael Redd, he stank this year when he came out. He just stank up the gym. I expect the same thing to happen when he comes out, unless he gets a new jumper for some random reason. He's not a big name, so I don't expect he'll get that, but if he does, we'll be right on top of it here on this channel. Amari Stoudemire. Now, Amari Stoudemire is a 6'10" small forward, so Amari Stoudemire probably plays. In fact, he probably plays more than anybody on this team, with the exception of perhaps Emeka Okafor, because Emeka is just a really good card. So Amari, at 6'10" at the power forward position with elite dunking, I think Amari has a chance to play. The only problem with Amari is his jumper is solid. It's not elite, but it's solid. I think Amari's going to slot in right with like the James Worthies of the world, where it's like, oh, yes, he can play. Just long story short, he can play. Alonzo Mourning, a little undersized at the power forward position. Now, he does have a massively muscular player model, right? So with his girth, pause, I think he plays a little bigger than his size. And this video is getting kind of weird now, but with that player model, I think he can hold his own more than a card his height usually can. The problem is his jumper is wretched right now. So he needs a complete overhaul on that jumper. They need to just revise that the way they did Tim Duncan's to allow Alonzo Mourning to play in the game, because he can't play small forward. So you're looking at cards at his size and taller. To be taller and have better animations, this whole collection could be a massive whiff. That's the main thing. This whole collection could just be leave it on red, ignore it, ghost it. I'll see you guys on Friday. That's kind of what this collection is looking like right now. It's in 2K's hands to add some viable upgrades to these cards so that at least one of them we're interested in pulling. Otherwise, this event will continue to be a horrible idea, which is an unfortunate trend because we honestly have not had a lot of good ideas since, I guess, season 6. There just haven't been too many good ideas in the collection, and they're replacing Tuesday content with these cards. And ultimately, it's a far worse situation because before we were getting a whole bunch of free cards that built up to a really good dark matter. If we got a whole bunch of dark matters that built up to a 100 overall, I think everybody would be pretty pleased with that, right? Even if only 1 or 2 of the cards was really good. Once the ratings get as high as a dark matter, the chances of the cards being good get better as long as they're not teeny tiny. And that's not the situation we're in. They're trying to do a secondary promo. They don't want to compete with Friday, which is very apparent. They think the big names of Team USA are going to sell the cards. And I think for most of us, that is absolutely not true. If you have a pretty good team, you're standing pat, and you're letting this, this collection be an opportunity to watch videos about NCAA football. So I hope 2K steps their game up and goes out with a splash at the end of the year, because there's no reason not to open the floodgates. And I mean that figuratively, because there is a reason that their number crunchers and the lizard people are saying, if we don't open the floodgates, we can make this amount of money. But just for the players and the fan base, I do think enthusiasm going into 2K25 becomes increasingly important with each passing day. And there's nothing that leaves me less enthusiastic than these garbage cards. If you feel differently, let me know in the comment section. Maybe I'm sleeping on somebody, but we'll find out for sure tomorrow morning when we break these cards down. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for all of your tremendous support as the channel continues to grow. And as I said at the very beginning, the more you guys put into the channel, the more I'll put into the channel. And I very much look forward to this journey as we start to move in towards 2K25. I'll see you all in the next one. Please like, subscribe if you have not already. Peace.